friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I really do hope you stick around. Today's video doesn't need much of an introduction. It's just a chit chat kind of get ready with me video, except not, because I'm literally just going to go to bed after I wash this off. But I would probably call it more of a chit chat, hang out with me while I play with makeup. And playing with makeup is one of my favorite things to do. It's very therapeutic, it's very calming, it's a very creative space for me, and it's even more fun for me to press record and hang out with you guys while I do it. So if that's your sort of thing, and if you'd like to see how I created this electric blue smoky eye look, then just stick around. So I don't really have anything planned. I'm just going to play around with some new products that I got and do something probably colorful because it's my favorite thing to do. I did get a bunch of new products from this company called Mellow Cosmetics, and I wanted to try them out on a video with you guys. I got a brow pomade, I got a blush, and I got a baked eyeshadow, and then I got a couple liquid lipsticks, a nude pink color and this beautiful red. Oh, and I also got a few of these, they're drugstore Kokie Professional Crystal Fusion liquid eyeshadows. They look so cool. They just look really sparkly. So I, of course, sparkles, love them. So first I'm going to grab this e.l.f. eye primer, and I'm going to go ahead and prime my lids. I'll also use that to kind of carve out my brows a little bit. The jury's still out on whether or not I actually like using an eye primer, but I do like that this one's lightweight, and it feels like it really does help the eyeshadow stick to the lid a little bit better. I figure why not? I'm going to go ahead and take a pressed powder and just lightly set my lid, especially my crease there, because it doesn't matter what eye primer I use, I still crease a little bit. I guess it wouldn't matter if you go right in with a transition shade, but I don't know what I'm going to do, so that's just going to ensure that it won't crease while I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my lip today. I think I want to use this really pretty like electric sparkly eyeshadow. So I think I'm going to kind of like base my whole eye look around that for my transition shade. I think I'm going to grab this one right here. This is the Trendy in Tokyo palette by BH Cosmetics. And this shade right here is called Emoji. I'm going to pack this on. I'm going to bring it all the way to the inner corner and then all the way to the outer corner here. And then I always just like to pack on a little bit more color just to give a little more intensity. And then I'll go ahead and buff that out. And one trick, if you don't feel like that line is looking diffused enough, just grab another fluffy brush with no product on it and use that to really blend out those edges, and see how that just really softens it up a whole lot. I actually think I want to pick up a little tiny bit of this blossom color right here and use that to blend out the edge. So I'm going to grab another little fluffy brush. That first one I used was by BMX. It's the BMX crease brush. And then this one I'm using is the Luxie 205. I will just run that blossom shade right over the edge there. And now I'm going to grab a smaller, more dense, but still fluffy, if that makes sense, brush. This one is the Luxie 229. I think I'm going to grab my mini James Charles palette, and I am going to pick up a purple. I think I want to grab this purple shade right here. Actually, I think I'm going to mix these two colors right here. I actually don't have the sheet with the names on them right here in front of me, but I will make sure and put the names of these particular colors down below so that you guys will know. And I'm just gonna pack it right in the crease area. I find it easiest if I really want to get a lot of color and not have to, you know, keep adding more and adding more forever and ever until I have the color intensity I want. I just pack it all on first and then I blend. That just makes it a little bit easier for me. And then I'll come back in with that BMX brush and run that along the edge of that purple, just to blend out the edges. And then I will grab that Luxie 205 with the peachy light pink color, and I will just run that over the top again. I think what I want to do is I want to grab a eyeliner pencil. This one is by NYX, or sorry, it's LA Girl. It's the LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner, and this one is in the shade Electric. And I am going to use this as a base for the blue eyeshadow that I put on my lid. It's going to help the eyeshadow have something to grip onto, but it's also going to help intensify the blue color. This is probably a lot lighter than the blue that I'm going to use, but it's still going to have a similar effect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at my lash line, and I'm just going to run that all over my lid. Try to get right up against my lash line. And then run that into my crease. All right, and now what I want to do is take a really small blending brush like this one. This is a Luxie 141. And I'm going to grab the same color that I'm going to place on my lid. I find that if I apply that color to the crease first and blend that and then pack the eyeshadow on, it looks more intense and it's just easier to blend without having to remove all of the color that you just placed. So I'm going to grab this shade Electric in that same Trending in Tokyo palette, or Trendy, not trending. I am going to just pack it directly in my crease and just push it in there. Then what I want to do is I want to come back with that purple shade and use it to blend out the edge of that blue a little bit. And come back in with that pink brush. There we go. Now I'm going to take this BMX 402 smudger brush right here, and I'm going to use that to pack the shadow on the lid. And I'm going to use that same Electric shade. I'm just going to pack it right on top. And then I'll just kind of slightly bring it up to meet that blue that I placed in the crease already. And then of course, I'll come back in with that purple shade and just lightly blend out the edge there. Now I'm going to grab my e.l.f. black eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a really thin line. I don't think I want to do a wing today. Just a small bit of liner there on my lid to help my falsies blend better. I totally forgot that I wanted to use this liquid eyeshadow by Kokie, the Crystal Fusion. It is in the shade Astrid. And I'm just going to place that right over the top of that blue. See what it does. Bring it up just a tiny bit into the crease. What I do like is that blue that I placed really helps blend this in. So I'm just kind of stamping it over the top of that liquid shadow, just to help it blend in with the crease a little bit. It's pretty. I like that. I don't think it made a huge difference, but it did intensify the color just a little bit. I'm just going to pop on these foaming clashes right here. I do not remember the brand. I've had them for a while. I think I got them off of Amazon, but they're thick and full and I love them. Now I'm going to perform some magic and do my other eye in about 1 second. Voila! Isn't editing magical? Now we're moving on to my eyebrows. I got this eyebrow pomade from Mellow Cosmetics. I don't typically use an eyebrow pomade, but I decided that I would. It's been a while. I'm just using my Morphe MB2. I can't remember what it was. It's worn off. I've had it for a while, but I'm going to use that to apply it. So I'm going to go ahead and brush up my brows first. I think I'm going to concentrate most of that. I'll start underneath my brow here. Maybe it's just because I grabbed the blonde shade and it's a lot lighter than I anticipated. And it could just be because I'm just not a huge fan of pomades, but this just feels like more work to me. So maybe what I'm going to do is just focus all the pomade out here on the outer part of my eyebrow, and then I'll come in with like a brow pencil to do the rest, just because I can't imagine, just brow pomades are not my jam. Anyone else feel that way? I don't think that looks bad, it's just not as convenient or easy. I just really hate doing my eyebrows. I'm gonna grab my Morphe micro brow pencil now, just to add a little bit more definition, some little brush strokes in there, and define that end a little bit more. And I like to take my spoolie and just use that and brush through the very front a little bit just to lighten it up. Now I'm using my Got2b spiking glue, my favorite thing to make my eyebrows stay put. So the pomade is not my favorite. I could be doing it wrong. Like, do you need to wet your brush first before you dip into this? Because I just didn't feel like I was getting very much product out. It wasn't very pigmented, and it just wasn't very easy for me to do my brow with this. So that might be a silly question, but do you need to wet it? Like, do you need to wet your brush first? I never, ever, ever use eyebrow pomade. I always use eyebrow powder and eyebrow pencils. I just like to keep it simple. So if I'm doing something wrong, guys, let me know. Okay, next I want to try this blush from Mellow Cosmetics. It is just called Pink, I believe, but that's what it looks like. It feels really nice, really creamy. It's a very subtle pink. I'm not a huge fan of really intense blush, so this should be perfect. It's got just this really light shimmer to it, but not too much shimmer, which is good. I'm just gonna grab this BH Cosmetics brush to apply it. It's actually a lot more pigmented on my face than I thought it was going to be. pretty though. I do like it. I'm just gonna grab a little fluffy brush like this and use that to kind of diffuse it just a little bit, so it's not too intense. There you go, that's really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. Now I'm going to grab this baked eyeshadow from Mellow Cosmetics. It's just called Cream. And I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corner of my eyes first. And then I think I'm going to use this for a highlighter because it looks like it's going to be beautiful to use as a highlight shade. Go ahead and swatch it. It's also so creamy. Oh, that's pretty. It's almost like a really light champagne color. Oh, I'm excited about that. I'm just going to grab this little crown brush right here, and I'll use that to pick up that product to highlight the inner corners. Ooh, that's poppin'. And I'm just gonna kind of like lightly push it into those shades right there, just to take away some of that darkness and create a nice blend. So it just kind of like fades into the pinks and the blues. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this LA Girl Shockwave. So I'm going in my waterline with it, and I'm also kind of running it down along my lash line just a bit. All right, I'm gonna grab this little Luxie 246 brush here. I'm gonna pick up that electric shade and I'm gonna run that right along my lower lash line on top of that liner there, keeping it super close. It just isn't quite doing it for me. I think I want it to be a lot more like of an electric blue, like this blue is up on top. So I'm gonna grab this Crystal Fusion by Kokie Professional. It's in the shade Astrid. I'm gonna use that. It's the same one that I topped my lids with. I'm just going to take this same brush here and just dip. I'm just gonna pack that along my lower lash line. Oh yeah, that's better. I do like that. Well, that's definitely the intensity I wanted. Now I'm going to grab this BMX detail brush right here. I'm going to pick up a combination of those two purple shades here from the James Charles palette again. And I want to carefully run that right underneath that blue and try to diffuse it a little bit. Go. And now I'm going to grab this flat shader brush by Bodyography, and I'm going to pick up a combination of Emoji and Blossom here, just because I don't have enough space under my eyes to do both of them separately, but I just want to diffuse all of that a little bit more and just bring this down a smidge more. Now for my lower lashes, I'm going to grab this Maybelline Lash Discover mini brush mascara. I love using this for my lower lashes just because it's so easy. Right. Oh, I love that blue on the waterline. It is so pretty. I'm just using my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to love this stuff. The spray is like my favorite in the world. Oh, that's so pretty. On the forehead, the chin. This is my AOA Studio EU142, and I'm going to pick up that highlight, actually eyeshadow that I'm using for highlight, and I'll pop that on my nose to highlight it. I've got these two liquid lipsticks. I'm obviously not going to use this one for this look, so I'm going to go ahead and use this pink one. For lip liner, I'm going to use this NYX lip pencil in pale pink. And then I'm going to take this Mellow Cosmetics matte liquid lipstick in the shade Rome. The first layer is not as opaque as I'd like, but I'm going to give it a minute and then see if it builds well. I was able to build that up a little bit, so it's not quite as patchy, but I am going to take this e.l.f. lipstick. I'm going to run that over the top, just in the center more, just to brighten it up a little bit. Ooh. That wiped it right off. Oh my gosh. I think because the liquid lipstick is a matte liquid lipstick and my lips are so dry, putting a little bit of a satin lipstick over the top helped my lips not look so terrible. So I'm not sure if that had anything to do with the formula of the lipstick, although I have liquid lipsticks that I use that look good on my lips even when they are dry. So I wouldn't say this is my favorite liquid lipstick formula, and I'm actually really anxious to try this lipstick in particular because I did swatch them this morning and it swatched beautifully. It was really opaque, so this color might just look better than this one does on my lips, but I really do like the color. It's a very pretty pink, and paired with this e.l.f. lipstick, what is the shade? Cream. I think it's like the perfect nude. So yeah. All right, guys, that is it for this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching me play around and try to figure out what I was going to do. I think this eye look actually did turn out really pretty. It's kind of a colorful take on a dark smoky eye using the blue instead of like a black or a dark brown. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me while I played with makeup. It's always fun for me to sit down, but extra fun for me to record and hang out with you guys. So as always, got to do my whole spiel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe if you have subscribe. I said that right. It just sounded weird coming out of my mouth. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you can stay updated for my future videos. And comment below and let me know if you enjoyed this video and what you would like to see from me moving forward. It really does help me out when you guys press that like button, when you guys comment and just interact with my channel. So yeah, thanks so much again for hanging out, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.